Same time, did you hear about the story where Israel ordered Al Jazeera to shut down its operations inside of Israel? Israeli authorities raiding the news channel's offices in Jerusalem over the weekend, with Netanyahu calling Al Jazeera an incitement channel, saying the war cabinet voted unanimously to stop Al Jazeera from broadcasting. Now, Al Jazeera has said it will continue its reporting. Colby Hall, our man on media, NewsNation media contributor, founding editor at Mediaite.com, joins us for more on this. So kind of interesting in the middle of a war, and now we have more developments in that war tonight to be shutting down Al Jazeera. Your thoughts?
Well, it's always darkest before dawn, right? And it does seem, with all the news developments that's happening around a negotiated ceasefire and sort of rocket attacks on Rafah, and now this, it seems as though things are starting to get to a fevered pitch. Look, I understand where Netanyahu is coming from. Al Jazeera is based in Qatar. They've had dogged reporting from inside Gaza. Much of it has been negative towards Israel. But I can't think of any instance when silencing your critics has worked out well for anyone. And so this is, is Al Jazeera's reporting putting Israeli defense in jeopardy? Perhaps. But, the mark of free speech is letting your critics have a loud platform as well. So it does seem as though that this is getting worse before it gets better.
It does, and it's part of the kind of the information war, which is very, very important in terms of how public perception, especially in the Arab world, comes in on this war. This is Walid Omari, who's Al Jazeera's bureau chief at Israel and the Palestinian territories, talking about the prevention of journalists from doing their job. Let's watch.
This decision is a very dangerous one. Israel cannot claim all the time that she's a democracy, that it's democracy, and at the same time they are cutting and prevent the journalists to do their job.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're always probably going to be erring on the side of allowing journalists, no matter who they are, to do their job. I mean, that's kind of our background. It would make sense. Maybe we're biased in that direction. But even thinking of it from a practical political standpoint, I think that's the point you were making earlier. Would it make more sense for Netanyahu to allow Al Jazeera to be on the air and say, hey, this is how we operate in our country. That's what makes us different. I mean, I think that's probably how we would have handled it here, right, or no?
Well, I think that Netanyahu is under tremendous political pressure at home. He's not, even though he's a wartime president, wartime leader, there are a lot of Israelis that don't like his leadership and somehow blame him for not the attacks of October 7th, of course, but the events that led up to that. It's not just Al Jazeera or the Qataris that are complaining here. It's the Human Rights Organization, it's the Foreign Press Association in Israel, it's the United Nations, and even Admiral John Kirby, said that they condemned that in a recent press conference in the White House. So Netanyahu is putting himself on an island here now, and I don't think it's a long-term tenable situation. I'd like to think it's short-term surrounding this sort of blip of energy that we're seeing right now. But it does seem as though Netanyahu is sort of acting as a strongman and doing whatever he can to maintain power.
The other thing with press access to Gaza itself, which Israel was controlling, a lot of reporters over in the region have not been happy about that. It's been very controlled. We haven't seen a lot of that. So that's the other part of it. Quick, Colby, it seems like you want to say something about that. Then we got to run.
Well, I was just going to say that it's like you said, the information wars are impossible here. It's, you have two competing narratives, and it's very difficult to understand what's true and what's propaganda when you think, there's probably a lot of both on both sides.
Yep. Colby, always good. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.